Welcome to this edition of Sports 360. I'm Juliette Maxfield. Fall sports are strolling along with some seasons ending early. Let's dive into the pool. The swim team participated in their state championship meet Saturday, October 9th. Aaron Willis of Blythewood Middle placed 15th in the freestyle and 20th in the backstroke for the boys. Sophia Decker placed 15th. XC Gibson placed 24th, and Abby Wallace of Dent Middle placed 27th in the freestyle for the girls. Heading to the court, the volleyball team hosted Westwood at home Thursday, October 15th. The Cavs dropped the first set 25-9. They fought back but dropped the second set 25-15. The Redhawks finished the game, winning the last set 25-8. Richland Northeast fell to Westwood with a final score of 3-0. They faced Lower Richland last Tuesday and beat the Diamond Hornets with a final score of 3-0. Their final record is 1-8. Heading outside, the cross-country team participated in the Sandhills Invitational Thursday, October 15th. Dee Famide finished with a time of 21 minutes and 50 seconds. Jackson Patet and Ryan Hamner both finished in 22 minutes.
For me, the race went, I would say, particularly well. Some things I could have done better on, but yeah, it went well. One of the challenges, well, two challenges were the hill and the heat. The heat was slowed everybody down. The hill was, after the first mile, the hill killed everybody's legs off, so yeah.
The tennis team hosted Dreer Thursday, October 15th. They fell to the Blue Devils with a final score of 6-0. Their final record is 2-8.
Well, last year, obviously, with COVID the way it was last year, we got the chance to play very few matches and stuff there. A lot of students chose not to play because of the pandemic. This year, we've had more interest in having young ladies and guys in different sports actually participate this year, even though we're still in the middle of a pandemic there. A lot more people are interested in trying to get back into sports than they were last year.
This sports season has been filled with canceled games and changes in schedules due to COVID-19. The football team wasn't immune to these changes. For them, COVID-19 hit a little closer to the season than others. Here's RNE-TV Live reporter Tyson Stodhill with more.
It's life-changing. It was some times during when I was in the hospital that it wasn't a guarantee that I was going to leave the hospital. That's how ill I was. COVID affects everything.
RNE Football currently holds a 2-4 record, having the most wins the team has had in the past 3 years. But this newfound success has come with its own set of obstacles. Offensive coordinator Dwayne Wages tested positive for COVID right before the preseason, which hindered the team's preparation and canceled team practices and scrimmages heading into the season. It limited the number of players and coaches who could attend practice.
Well, first of all, it was at a crucial time. We were getting ready to open up fall camp to get ready for the season. A few days before we were to open camp is when I started having symptoms. Me being the offensive coordinator, it puts extra pressure on the rest of the coaching staff to make up for me not being able to be with the team.
Everybody had to kind of pick up, some of the slack. The kids really didn't know it. We didn't really say anything to the kids because when we wasn't around and practicing, because we was already on quarantine somewhere, so it really didn't affect them. But we had to pick up as a family and just keep moving.
The positive test was worse than anybody thought. His lungs took severe damage, which caused him to be hospitalized for 2 weeks. He says his faith kept him strong during the 2-week period.
I've always had faith, but definitely it made my relationship with God even stronger. The only contact you have with people is your nurse, the people who care for you, and they come in periodically, but you can't have any visitors or anything, so it forces you to lean on your faith if you have any.
Somebody yell down the hill!
Thankfully, Wages pulled through and was calling plays for the offense during the first game of the season, but he wasn't at 100% just yet. Because of the lung damage he received, he had to have a supplemental oxygen tank, which helped with his breathing.
I had a mobile oxygen tank unit that I would have with me out on the field, and I would coach with it. About in the last week and a half, I don't need it.
It was hard at first. He was still trying to get his air oxygen intake, and he wasn't normal, that we're used to seeing.
He says the life-threatening experience humbled him and made him have a different aspect on life.
It makes you appreciate the little things more, and it gives you a sense of purpose, and you reevaluate your whole situation. A lot of things go through your mind when you land and you don't know if that's it for you. It's a lot of people not making it.
Whether he's in the press box or on the sidelines, Coach Wages still brings the energy every day. Reporting for RNE-TV Live, I'm Tyson Stodchill.
Get outside.
Thanks, Tyson. The football team hosted Dreer for homecoming last Friday. The Cavs started out strong with an early touchdown run from quarterback Will Wilson. After a Dreer fumble, Wilson would run it again for another Cavalier score. Dreer would respond with a field goal and a touchdown of their own, making the score 13-10 before half. Dylan O'Neal would put away the Blue Devils by connecting with Avonte Grant for a late touchdown in the fourth quarter. The Cavaliers won with a final score of 19-10. This win makes RNE tied for fourth place in their region, putting the Cavs in position to make the playoffs. Their current record is 3-5. During halftime on October 8th, the athletics department continued their night of champions. They honored the 2001 baseball state champions on the field.
I feel old, but it's fun, and honestly, a lot has changed. We didn't have fences on here. We didn't have the stadium. That big building that's the basketball gymnasium wasn't there when I was here. So a lot's changed, but it's been nice to see where it's been or going. So our junior year, when we finished runner-up, we had no seniors, and so when we became seniors ourselves, a majority of our team was seniors, and so we were all kind of tight-knit. It was really fun. So coming away with the title was a lot of fun.
Well, that wraps up this edition of Sports 360. Remember to follow @Cavplex on Twitter and Instagram for the latest updates and scores. Reporting for RNE-TV Live, I'm Juliette Maxfield.